Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. And somebody that sent me this file in this area, I guess they mean this area, I would like different colors, inlays somewhere similar to paste in the picture below. I do not know how to do it yet. Please help me. He's going to do it in acrylic. Well, I don't cut acrylic anymore because I don't like the smell and I just don't have to. So I know very little about acrylic and the kerf. So I would start off simple. First of all, this elephant's only 2 inches tall. Whenever you cut something, you're going to have a kerf, and these pieces are going to be really little. I mean, if we, look at this right here, it's only a 1/4 inch tall. So, and there's some problems with it. So, I would start off small and not do too much elaborate work. You know, I don't, I don't even know how you would get there, but I mean, it's cool what he's trying to do. So let's just take this and let him, let's look at this thing. There are some, first of all, that's going to just, I think, probably burn away, especially with acrylic, because it's going to go down there and cut back. But you're not cutting all the way to the corner because your nodes are not, your lines aren't connected. It'll probably cut. Wood, it would. Acrylic, it might leave something. So let's look at this thing. Let's go to Object, convert it to a curve, go to Object, Group, and let's ungroup it all. I normally don't ungroup at all. Now we should be able to just select it all, and I'm going to hit J on my keyboard. I've got a way to minimize that, and it worked by doing it all. So let's just back up here. You don't have a hotkey for that. I made a hotkey for that the other day. See all the broken nodes, separated nodes. They're not broken. They're just separated. They're not joined. So those need to be joined to get a better cut. So with everything, you can see all the nodes selected. So select them all and go up to Windows, Dockers, Join Curves, and you can see I have a hotkey for J. And it's going to come up with this tolerance, and it's going to close all the nerves, all the nodes. Now, I should have showed before I moved this away that there were some leaks in the elephant, and your part of your line, and it might be the way I put it back, but this needs to be, and also this is going to, I think, fall away too. Acrylic burns. It doesn't, it's not, well, the laser burns it. I would actually go like to there and maybe even come down like to that. Give a little room so that acrylic just doesn't burn away. Like I said, I don't know much about acrylic. See, we could even take that note away. And it's not going to change the look of your, let's take away those two nodes, we don't need them. And then you could fill this in. See, we still got a leak. So it's either, that doesn't look like that's going to leak. That could possibly leak right there. Let's bring in a little bit more. I think we're high enough. See, on these lines, you can be higher than your need. There we go. And I would make that, let's say you make that out of red acrylic. And then I would take, of course, it doesn't matter what color you do it in right now. You're just talking about clear, but let's say blue, and then make those arches blue. You know, what I should have done is nudged. So let me back up here. So let's nudge that up. Let's set our nudge factor on, well, it's already 1/2 inch, which should work with as small as this is. Then take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in and nudge it up. And then you could use every color underneath the rainbow to do the other acrylic. Let me get a purple. You could do 2 out of purple and just, nudge those up. It would look pretty cool. But like I say, start off small. And, the elephant is going to have a void in them, and you're going to put these colors back in that void. So then what I would suggest to do after you've got these, because these are all your figures, you can left click, right click, and there's all your cuts. You know, they're still there. And I would cut those individually out and not together so they won't just melt away. And then, you know, you grab this piece, grab the arch. We've already got that piece. I hit it twice. There's your pieces. So here's your pieces to cut out of your different colors, but you need to cut this out of the elephant. So I would just take that and delete it, and then make this your elephant shape, because that'll cut that out. You know, once you get that smart fill, and then you left click, right click, make sure it's a hairline. But I'm not going to go anywhere with, you know, the thickness of the curve. You're going to have some spaces. But if you wanted to add a little bit to it, you know, you could take this thing and hit plus key on the keyboard. Of course, you'd want to move this back down. Well, why doesn't that go back where it was? Oh, I moved it, didn't I? Yep. Now, if you ever have that problem, and you could always go backwards, but if you'll grab that node right there, it should snap right there. Now what I'm saying, you can make a duplicate of this guy, mirror it the other way, and put a few, maybe make it small. It's going to be hard to make it smaller. You could angle it and put it in there and just have a little bit of color, you know, on the top of the elephant's blanket, and do the same thing with the smart. Don't need that one. You need to back up and do that. Do this color, nudge up, nudge up, nudge up, nudge up, and then you would have to make a new one of these. So we're going to actually make it red. And I'm not even sure I'm helping this gentleman. So there's your new red that you would cut out. And so you don't even need this old one, because you've got both of them now. And then you don't even need this anymore. So if you cut all these out in different colors, we're going to left click, right click, and make sure it's a hairline. But like I said, you know, in wood, I would give it, you know, and make sure everything's a hairline. I can tell just by the thickness that it's not. In wood, I would expand these out and give it a little bit of curve, but it'd have to be a lot of testing to figure out. I quit doing acrylic about 5 years ago, and I only do it on special occasions when I have to meet a part out of a plastic. I just don't like the smell and the problem with if you make a mistake or scratch it. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. You've got to think about this elephant needs to be quite a bit bigger for this even to work, and let alone any more kind of pattern. I hope that helped. Thank you for watching.